As coronavirus cases across the world still continue to rise, especially in India, the world is racing to find a coronavirus drug or vaccine that can tackle the virus. Now, we've heard of the popular vaccine candidates. We know that there is the antiviral remdesivir. We've heard about the Oxford University vaccine that they're working on, and a host of others. But yesterday in India, we had an announcement of a drug that could possibly cure COVID 19 patients of the virus in about a week's time. Now, this was announced by India's Patanjali Ayurveda, led by the yoga guru Baba Ramdev. Now, what's the scientific basis for this claim? What does the government have to say about this? And can we trust it at all? I'm going to turn to Nishtha for answers to these questions. But first, Nishtha, give us the details.
Hello Karan. So yesterday Baba Ramdev launched Coronil and Swarajya. So these medicines are called to be recovering with 100% rate. He said that in 3 to 7 days during the clinical trials, all 100% patients have been recovered from this. However, the government has replied to their claims as they don't know the details about these clinical trials. They have asked for the details. They have also gave a warning to Patanjali that don't advertise it before approval from ministry because it will be considered under Drugs and Magic Remedies Act as an offense. And also the drug which is claimed is of 30 days kit and it costs rupees 545. But now it has not got approval from the ministry.
Right. Nishtha, by government, you of course mean the AYUSH Ministry in particular, right? So, yeah. And AYUSH has the Ayurveda component in it. So, if they themselves have asked the question, can you just give us some details about the testing that this drug has gone through?
Yes. So, what Baba Ramdev has claimed that he has done 280 on a sample of 280 people, he has done this testing. So what information is available in public domain, it is only about NIMS Jaipur and the sample size it claims is of 120. The rest 160, where are the tests done, it is not known in public domain and also Baba Ramdev has not disclosed yet. Also the government has asked from Uttarakhand because these licenses are often passed from state license authority. So government has asked from state government to give some copies on what basis these approvals are made, but these are still unknown to us.
Right. Nishtha, now the question here, which is very pertinent, is can Ayurveda treat COVID-19? Is that, could you shed some light on that?
Yes. To understand whether Ayurveda can treat COVID or not, first we should understand how Ayurveda works. So many experts claim that Ayurveda is not a medicine-oriented science, instead a science-oriented medicine. And also it doesn't attack pathogens directly. Instead, it builds up the body so that it can fight with the disease itself. Now, I am not a medical expert, so I talked to Dr. Niranjana Murthy, who is an MD of a pharmaceutical company based in Bengaluru. So he told me that only on the basis of herbal formulations, Ayurveda cannot fight COVID. However, this should not deter us from using Ayurveda because it is an assistance drug and also a prophylactic medicine. Also, in Ayurveda, apart from herbal formulations, there are metal and mineral formulations also, which are known to give faster results and are known to target directly on the disease sites because of their nanoparticles. So what he argues is that we should not isolate the herbal formulations, instead do multidisciplinary studies with minerals and also synthetic drugs to develop Ayurveda. And also some studies have shown, like in the tuberculosis bacteria, a study, in vitro study has shown that a herbal formulation has inhibited the growth of the bacteria. Also, an isolated laboratory sample of SARS virus has also shown to be inhibited replication by a mulethi. We know licorice. So this mulethi can also do wonderful results. However, more study needs to be done so that these claims become acceptable to all. Like Baba Ramdev has done studies, but extensive studies are needed so that he can claim that his medicine is really a cure.
Right, Nishtha. Now, of course, we know that this government encourages Ayurveda, but can you give me a slightly zoomed out perspective on how India has actually treated Ayurvedic medicines in the past?
See, Karan, I don't feel that government has given the due importance to Ayurveda. Actually, it has always kept Ayurveda subordinate to allopathic drugs. And it has just treated Ayurveda in the times of COVID as an immunity booster. As we know, many AYUSH Ministry guidelines were issued regarding boosting immunity with help of Ayurveda, but none as a drug for COVID. Many researches are going on, but in Ayurveda, how many researches have been done for COVID, we don't know. So this raises a question. I'll give you an example of Kerala, which is known as the largest Ayurvedic manufacturer. So do you know, between May 2017 to May 2018, for the complete 1 year, no license was issued in the state to any Ayurvedic company. And the problem was just that there were distinction and differences between state license authority and the state government, and that's why no license was issued. There was no issue which concerned Ayurveda, but the damage was done on Ayurveda. Also, from 2013, Kerala government had issued an order that without clinical trials, there will be no medicine will get license. However, the Drugs and Cosmetic Act says that if any drug has ingredients and indications as per text, then no clinical trials are needed. Why are we demanding clinical trials in Patanjali's case is because it has ingredients from our scheduled text, but the indications would be new as COVID is a new disease. So for these clinical trials are needed. But in Kerala, for the scheduled indications also, these clinical trials were demanded, which resulted in no new product for complete 5 years in Kerala. Also, it is claimed that 400 units of Ayurvedic medicine manufacturing units were closed. So this was quite devastating. And when central government intervened in July 2018 after complaints, this act was revoked in February 2019. But for the complete 5 years, the damage was already done.
Right, right. Nishtha, I was looking around for examples where traditional medicine is used. Like, for instance, China. Of course, we talk about China in a different way these days, but China has been using traditional medicine for a long time. How have they been going about it?
Yes, in the time of COVID also, China didn't leave their traditional medicines. Instead, the National Health Commission made a plan to encourage practitioners and medical experts to use the traditional Chinese medicine. Also, many reports have claimed that more than 90% of COVID patients who have recovered in China have recovered due to the traditional Chinese medicine which they have taken in some or the other form. Also, as we see that in India, the Ayurveda is often substantiated by bureaucracy and not by experts. So this bureaucratic system has created a problem in Ayurveda. On the contrary, in China, the government themselves supported the traditional Chinese medicine. The experts were given leading positions in hospitals. The team was dispatched to Wuhan where the outbreak happened, and they did the research there and made a medicine. Also now, when there is a second wave of virus we saw in Beijing, again the TCM experts have been called in, and now they are making another kind of formulation based on difference in weather as when the outbreak was in Wuhan and the weather now. But in India, we didn't see anything like that. Instead, we were just issued immunity booster, which not only undermines the intense depth and wealth that Ayurveda gives us, but it also shows a lack of confidence in our own knowledge. And my argument is that if you are doubtful, then instead of sidelining the Ayurveda, we should do more studies, more tests to assure our facts, not just sideline them.
Excellent insights, Nishtha. Thank you so much for your time.